You guys answered the bell today. That's all we ask, okay? And don't let anyone try to minimize that win. Winning in this league is hard. Winning in this division is hard. Winning in December is hard. You guys went out there and kicked some today. That was awesome. That's all. Hey, game balls. Game balls, got a couple of them, okay? Von Bell, we said and I'm going to build slowly, okay? With 3 catches for 85 and a touchdown, Tyler Boyd. With 7 for 125, Jamar Chase. With 12 for 194. 46 for 525. 4 touchdowns. Franchise record.
Hey, this is our standard. We had fun today, yeah? This is our standard. Yes, for the next 2 weeks, this is how we got to play. Starting next week when the Chiefs come to see us. Let's go. Yes, who they? Who they? Who they say gonna beat them Bengals? Who they? Who they? Who they say gonna beat them Bengals? Nobody!
Welcome to the Queen City Shites podcast. I'm your host, Ray Summers. Shouts out to my co-host, Maverick, man. Tell me what's up, broski.
What's up? Who Day Monday against the Ravens, part 2.
Hell yeah, man. Part 2, man. Raven Killers 2, episode 20, bro. Happy holidays. You have a good holidays, bro? Over the
yes,
weekend?
sir. Icing on the cake was yesterday. Bengals winning.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. That was definitely icing on the cake. You get anything nice? Get anything cool in your bingo gear?
Oh, I got a couple Bengal shirts.
Okay. Good bingo shirts. And you say you got like a Bearcat shirt, right? Or you got that before the Christmas?
I got that before Christmas.
Before the Christmas. What Bearcat shirt you got, man? What type of shirts? Hoodies? Crew necks?
Just a regular T-shirt.
Just regular T-shirt.
Playoff game.
Got you, bro.
With the championship logo. That's it.
Oh, hell yeah. Can't be mad at that, man. Like I said, it's been a great holiday weekend. Warm. Very warm here in Ohio and the Queen City, bro. Right now, on Monday, it is 65 degrees where I'm at.
I'm gonna open the pool after the show's over.
Oh, stop, bro. It's been warm, man. One of them warm winters again, bro, here in the Queen City, man. It's been consistent. It's like the 30 years straight. It's been like this. But I ain't complaining, though. Not complaining. I just know it's going to be bad, like snow coming in like
February. Month. Just wait.
Yeah, that'll be February. It's going to be a late big snow. But yeah, man, let's get into it, y'all, man. The Bengals win yesterday, man, 41-21, kind of similar to the score that we saw the previous meeting, but it was 41-17. Man.
Again, did not see that type of game happening.
I didn't either. I forget what our scores were. I think we both said something close.
I think I said 31-28.
That's
down
right.
To a game-winning field goal. Boy, I was way off.
I might say we did like 2 different scores. We did a score for this guy. We did a score for the Tyler kid playing,
right?
And then we did a score for if Lamar was playing because we didn't know the Josh Johnson guy was coming. That came out of nowhere, but yeah, he held his own though. But like I said, let's get into it, bro. My PSA though, man, in my little mini rant, I'm gonna go on, bro. I got nothing bad to say.
I was just going to say, I'm sitting here, you said that, I'm like, what the hell is he going to have a rant about? The ticket prices or what?
I got nothing bad to say. That's my rant. It's like, I got nothing bad to say. They did everything that we basically have been bitching about this whole season, about the tempo of the offense. I feel like they found the identity of the offense this past game. They came out guns blazing. Yeah, the first drive ended up with a field goal. but the next couple drives end up in touchdown, another field goal, then a touchdown. The offense is doing work, bro. Offense is doing work. The standings as we got it right now. Shit, bro. It's looking crazy in the AFC North, bro. Looking real crazy. We're sitting at 9-6. Right behind us is the Ravens at 8-7, Steelers 7-7-1, Browns at last 7-8. This shit's gonna be interesting, bro. How this shit plays out. Because it's still not sealed yet. Yes, we have the lead, like a full game lead, but it's gonna be tight, like coming to these next games. The next games we're looking at for each one of these, each one of these teams in the division. We have the Kansas City we're going to get into later in this episode. We got them this coming Sunday. The Ravens got the Rams next week. Steelers have Cleveland, and Cleveland has the Steelers. So it's going to be interesting how this shit plays out. It's basically going to go what my prediction was, but I feel like the Browns and the Steelers going to be fighting that shit out. I still don't think they're going to make it, personally. But, I mean, what do you think, bro, with these standings where we're at, man? These
So
current
far,
playoff standings.
I mean, you only got 2 games left. You got the big, the real test is now Kansas City.
Big time.
I wish, like I said to you earlier, I wish we could already say we had a playoff spot clinched.
I wish.
It's crazy to think on an extended season with an extra game. With only 2 games left, we can't say we're in yet.
Not yet, man.
Nothing is safe. Nothing is secure.
Nothing's secure, bro. Because in the full standings for the playoffs in the AFC, Kansas City, the Titans, we're at number 3, Buffalo number 4, the Colts playing great football, they're number 5, the Patriots number 6, and Baltimore sitting at 7. And the follow-up, 8th is the Chargers, the Raiders at number 9, Pittsburgh number 10, and then Miami, Cleveland, Denver. And the crazy thing is, at that 7th seed, that's when it gets crazy. It's 8-7. That's like the entry point. That's the crazy shit, bro. Like, 1 game difference will change up the whole entire thing, like for the AFC playoffs.
Yeah, all the seeding in general. The Chiefs still haven't locked in the number 1 overall seed. The Bengals could still end up with it.
Yeah, and that comes down to the game this coming week.
I mean, we have to win out, and Kansas City has to lose out.
Technically, that's I was trying to tell y'all, man. 4 is going to be that magic number, bro, on all cylinders, man. Like they have to get it. They have to. Right now in this brand new season, we're sitting at 2-0 on this final 4-game stretch. It's going to be, like I said, everybody get their popcorn ready, man, like T.O. would say. Get your popcorn ready. It's going to be interesting how this shit plays out. But yeah, I have nothing bad to say on this PSA, man. Like, I was sitting there watching the game. I was nervous at first because the Ravens came driving down. I was like, all right. I was like, say, y'all, don't forget, Josh Johnson used to play on the Bengals, man. Like, he's not a scrub, like, what people think. But, man, when it came down to it, bro, the offense woke up, bro. Defense woke up. Everybody played a great game. Everybody
but one person, and that's where I do have to have my rant.
Here we go.
It's not Eli Apple before you go on that assumption.
Oh, nope. I was even thinking.
The player who had the least impact and did absolutely nothing, and how dare he, was Kevin Huber.
Yeah. Definitely Kevin Huber.
That poor man didn't have a chance to punt.
Nope. He didn't even get a chance to punt. His jersey was clean, fresh. It probably still smelled like detergent.
All the numbers that Joe Burrow did, that's great and all. He's not my MVP. It's Kevin Huber.
Kevin Huber's MVP?
He made all that money just to sit there and watch like we did.
This dude Maverick skipping way through the nose. Bro, that's your MVP, though? Real shit. I'm about to say. That shit's crazy as hell, bro. I was like, it's just crazy we didn't see a punt. That's the first time we've never seen a punt.
Right.
From the Bengals, man. In a long time, like from what I remember. I can't remember
the
last
most action he did was spin the football on the sidelines.
Bags.
That was it.
Because we thought he was coming out. He was just sitting there spinning the ball, and it was like, no, like, keep your ass there.
Burrow said, nah.
No,
where's
man.
Higgins? There's Higgins. Okay.
Exactly. And perfect segue. How you feel about his performance, bro?
Which one?
Burrows.
Burrow? Oh,
I gotta quit saying Burrows.
Burrows, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Burrow.
How was Joe Burrow performance? Jesus. I keep saying that. Just like Gary Owen, I always say Gary Owens. Or like,
don't worry, a lot. So many people just say it that way. It is what it is. We all know it.
Yo, somebody was like, "You call it Kroger?" I was like, "Yeah, that's what it says on the fucking board." He's like, "I'll call it Kroger's," like with an S.
Yeah, I was gonna say everybody does that, you know.
I gotta quit adding S's to shit. That ain't necessary. But go ahead, man. No need to run the rope.
I mean, what can you say about his performance yesterday? I mean, the fourth highest yardage in a game.
Break it down, bro.
Over 500 yards.
Break it down.
I mean, it's insane. I mean, it is, and over 900 yards of offense in 2 games combined against the Ravens. Like I said, I mean, the only thing I could say with it, you have to attribute a lot of that to the blocking that he had in this game.
Yeah, offensive line.
But even his scrambling ability, he was once again towards the end of the game. I don't know how the hell he got out of that one situation just to launch the ball down. Of course, it didn't get. He tried to hit Chase, but he didn't. But he took a shot after throwing that ball. But he did everything perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing you can say otherwise, except. Luckily, there was a defensive hold call. Was once again a red zone, end zone interception.
Mm-hmm.
But again, got negated because of the interception. And of course, since that got taken away and the amount of, 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Over 500 yards passing, it's easy to overlook that now.
He got that shit right back, man. I call that was a heat check when he got that interception. Luckily, but like you said, luckily got called back for defensive holding on Jamar Chase. Not Jamar Chase holding, but the defensive player. But yeah, man, he did work, bro. It's exactly what I expected because we've been saying it week after week. They got to put the ball in his hands. Literally, like if I'm a coach, man, if I had like no experience like on the field or as a general, like how Burrow is, I would honestly take the more advice like and tips from him than I'll do from like just amongst me and Callahan, just due to like he sees the fucking field. Like he's the captain, like he's been in tough situations. He's been on winning football teams. Like, don't get me wrong, Taylor was, I'll say he was shadowing the guy at the Rams, and Callahan, I'm not sure the hell he came from, so I'm not necessarily going to go to his resume. But with Burrow, man, like he's proven to you like week in, week out, you put the ball in his hands, man, he will get you the game. Guarantee you put the ball in his hands,
They didn't force any unnecessary plays. The run game was not working as well as they would have liked. And instead of just trying to just keep at it for no reason, they said, okay, fine, you're turning them up throwing, just keep throwing.
Facts,
and that's exactly what he did.
Facts.
And we said that for several games. This isn't working. Quit trying to do that same play over and over and start slinging the ball.
And thank you for bringing that up because I've noticed a lot of possessions that we had, they let him, again, like they was letting him change the plays at the line of scrimmage, letting him, like, whatever he saw, he was able to change the play. Remember, they were just going by default order play that he got told on the sideline, but him seeing the field and seeing open receivers, like how we saw, it was open buffet for everybody.
I will say this, I don't remember seeing yesterday either the same play they love to do every single game, and that's
the wide receiver handoff. Yeah.
The wide receiver sweep. I didn't see that attempted not one time.
Thank God.
But in games where the offense isn't working, they keep trying that and lose 10 yards.
That's
they didn't attempt that once yesterday.
They didn't. I feel like a lot of the possession, a lot of the plays they ran, it was a lot of positive yardage. Like, I mean, yeah, they probably had like a couple sacks in there, but they got it back, which is a major momentum like play that changed the game. But yeah, man, I gotta give Burrow that, bro. How you feel about Zach Taylor? Is this like his best coach game up to date?
Again, it's easy to say it's a good coach game when everything was going well for you. I mean, I that's just what it is. I mean, what else can you really say with it?
One thing I will say, in the third quarter, I believe we're up 31. It was like 31-14 or some shit like that. The third quarter alone, this had to have been the longest drive in the last 5 years. The Bengals managed to take off 10 minutes and 29 seconds off the clock, ladies and gentlemen, by the offense. The defense was sitting there. They were there going to the concession stand. These dudes getting pedicures. Yo, these dudes getting their hand massaged, chatting, texting, tweeting. Yo, everybody's chilling and enjoying the view. What Burrow's doing out there, man, holding the offense out there and just killing the clock. They took majority of the third quarter. I've never seen that from the Bengals in years, bro. And that's when I text you. I sent you that gift from Will Smith from Bad Boys. I was like, from now on, that's how you drive. From now on, that's how you drive, Taylor. I'm telling you, bro. That's how you drive, yo. That's how you drive. Like that's the offensive drive I've been looking for. Like that's what we need to see from this Bengals offense, bro. Like they need to be on that elite like pedestal, like literally, like they had to take control of the game. And once you saw them take control of the game, just look what was happening. It was a lot of opportunities that's coming into play. We saw like a couple sacks. We saw the interception by Von Bell, even transferred into touchdowns when we got the ball back. So it's just like a lot of stuff happened. I love that, bro.
It's drives like that you're going to need to do against teams what's coming up with Kansas City. Keep Mahomes off the field. Keep Aaron Rodgers off the field. Tom Brady. That's what you got to do to the top-notch teams. Do drives like that, except getting third and short situations. There were too many third and long situations. But they still got the first downs. They still converted them. But I'd be more comfortable if they were third and shorts.
Okay, I got you on that. Yeah, I agree. If it was third and shorts. But another thing to add, though, I did love that they were going for it on fourth down. They went for it on fourth and like short, like 4th and 1
with a big lead.
Even with a big lead. I loved it. Just due to you have to keep playing until it's 0-0 on that clock. I don't care.
They didn't settle
what the score was, bro. Because I know you made a comment. You said like I wish they would have took Burrow out. Let's say if they would have took Burrow out, the whole tempo would have been slow. We would have been like literally, it'd been like turtle-like speed. Like the whole energy of the game would have changed if we would have took Burrow out.
I said to take him out because of the unnecessary risks that Burrow was taking during the last, let's say, 8 minutes of the game. It's like, here's where, be aggressive, but at the same time, be conservative. Find that nice balance, not put Burrow at risk. And I felt like there was unnecessary risk being taken. Yeah,
I hear you. I mean, it's cool to be scared, but scared money don't make no money, bro. That's what I've always been told, bro.
Yeah, the big gambles that are lost.
Hey, but it's football, man. We're in critical situations, bro. That stuff that we're talking about right now, that's what we would have done if Andy Dalton was here. We ain't doing that no more. We keeping his ass on the field as scheduled, as advertised, as what we saw him do.
I'll say this: if the Ravens still had Lamar Jackson on the field and healthy, I would say yes, absolutely keep him in. But you were down to somebody that was recently signed, a defense that hasn't really contained nothing. To me, it was an unnecessary risk. Now, if this was the Chiefs game in the same situation, absolutely keep Burrow in until all the seconds are off the clock.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm just saying, man, like if they would have did that, bro, like I'd have been mad to see them because just one touchdown would have got them back in momentum in the game, the Ravens. Because there was a point, it was only 10, it was like 14, it was like 14, 21, or like 14, it was something like that. They were only that, it was like a 10-point game. It was in 10-point range, and I was like, they got to keep going, Then like they got the scores. But they got to keep, doing that, bro. That is playoff football that we saw yesterday, man. That is playoff style football from the offense. The defense was a little shaky, but the offense played great playoff football yesterday, man. I'll say it's his like most well-coached game up to date. Just how he played that out. Took control of the game in the third quarter, took as much clock off as possible. Kept the ball in Joe Burrow's hands, basically got all the star players in literally, bro, like in rhythm. We saw Jamar Chase in rhythm. Like nobody was getting left out. Like we saw everybody in rhythm. Even the tight ends was in rhythm. Like Everybody was getting love. I just love what they did as a coaching stance of this game. How you feel about the offense performance and grade, bro? Offense performances, we're just talking about them.
Well, again, it was stellar. I don't know how you could say anything other than A++ between three. All three receivers got over 100 yards.
Yeah.
Or did Boyd finish just under?
Let's double check that, man. I ain't gonna do that to y'all today.
I should have already had that pulled up, but I didn't.
You're good. We over here geeked off the win. Okay. Boyd only had 85 yards.
That's okay. So he didn't break 100, but it sure felt like it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, either way, what all the receivers did, the running game didn't play as good as we would have liked, but it didn't need to when the passing game was just dominant.
Facts.
Third and longs, they were still getting it. T. Higgins just went in complete Marshawn Lynch beast mode.
Bro.
He looked like Megatron out there, just leaping over people, it didn't matter where the ball was. He somehow got it. Double cover, stripper covered. It didn't matter. He was still catching the ball.
Bro, I feel like he's getting taller about the week.
Exactly.
I don't know what it is.
He's taking his vitamins, something, and the way Burrow was finding them. But, I'll go ahead and say my MVP of the game with this, to me, is the offensive line.
Okay.
The way the blocking was, including Mixon, we saw it in the strike rewind. There were so many, there were blitzers coming in, the blocks were picked up, and all that allowed Burrow to do what he does best.
Yeah.
That offense moved because of the offensive line performance yesterday.
Okay.
If they can keep that up, this offense, like you saw yesterday, can be unstoppable. They can light up the scoreboard, put yards up, everything. It all comes to that offensive line, and they picked up every block that I could see, especially in the rewind. Like I said, I saw gaps fill up real quick. There was a free blitzer coming. Somebody picked them up. I mean, yeah.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. So A++ and offensive line. Offense, for me, they're getting A+, bro. Definitely getting A+. They, like I said, I just basically brought it down to y'all on how everything went. Maverick gave it out to y'all. Burrow got 525 yards, 4 TDs. It's like 132 rating, bro. Then along with that, man, with our trio, Higgins and Chase, they both got over 1,000 yards. And I believe they said the Bengals are the first team in the NFL in history to have 4,000-yard passer and 1,000-yard rusher and 2 1,000-yard receivers, all 25 or younger in the same season.
That was a stat I forgot to say.
Jesus, bro. And Boyd is right behind him. Boyd's only 208 yards away from getting 1,000 yards. This goes back to what we're talking about at the beginning of the season. Like when I asked you think it's possible for all three to get over 1,000 yards this season? I think we both said yes, I believe. But man, it's getting there, bro. I feel like they're finally getting all the pieces together at the right time that we need to see this offense open up and open the gates. They finally opened the gates. That's all I gotta say. They finally opened the gates. I'm giving these dudes an A+. Offer it. They opened the gates. I'm proud of them, bro. It's about time. That's all I gotta say. It's about time, and you got to keep that same energy, literally throughout the rest of the season. It's all or nothing at this point.
I do got to say this. I've been reading and hearing the noise already about what the Bengals did against a Ravens defense that's been beat up by injuries and the COVID list. And guess what? I don't really care to hear it.
Yeah, I don't really give a fuck, bro.
Everybody in the NFL has to deal with the same exact issues.
Facts,
and again, it's the NFL. These are pros. It is what it is. And also saw that at the end of the game, Harbaugh kind of got a little pissy, I guess, with Zach Taylor with the handshake and that, probably because of running up the score. Again, NFL, you're pro players. Don't act like you ain't done it to us.
Fam, they beat us 38-3. Remember, they beat us 38-3, went 4-11 and won.
Don't act like y'all ain't done that to us. So you can just take that and get out of here with it.
Yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin's all middle field. Not gonna do it on camera, but Stone Cold Steve Austin's, bro. I ain't trying to hear none of that. Nobody cared about us when we had the weed trouble back in the day. Nobody cared about us. We had no fans in the seats. Y'all were trying to y'all trying to keep players that wanted to come here, such as Burrow, and wanted to ship them off to other places, bro. So I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. I'm with you on that. I ain't trying to hear
so
nothing.
they're getting on the Bengals for doing what you would expect them to do,
man,
against the circumstances. So I don't want to hear it.
Check it this way: if we'd have lost that game, what you would have heard today?
Oh, they'd be blowing us up, making fun of us, and everything else.
Bro. I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. It's a business. We didn't tell y'all to come out and play. Y'all could have argued for another date like Baker did. Y'all could have did a whole bunch of shit. Don't put that on us. You decided to come out here in the Queen City and play. You lost.
Hold on. And also the last 2 weeks, didn't they have the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Green Bay Packers?
Facts.
And back-to-back weeks, and it came down to a fourth quarter game-winning drive. You guys made it and could have made the 2-point conversion to win the game, but you didn't. You were able to play against those teams just fine with the same personnel that you had, minus the quarterback. So I don't want to even hear that. None of the excuses. They had all their players the first round in Baltimore, and we did the exact same shit, if not worse, up there. So don't hand me it. I don't want to hear it.
Man,
you didn't have those issues when you played the past 2 weeks. That wasn't an issue. But against the Bengals, now all of a sudden, they had a depleted team. They've had a depleted team since the start of the season.
Facts, yeah.
And they were in first place through most of it. So again, I don't care to hear it. Don't make the excuses. It is what it is.
And just to add, when you guys were full strength, we won 41-17. Don't forget that. Don't forget that, yeah. That was at the beginning of the season. Don't forget that shit either, man. Don't forget that shit. But yeah, hearing them people complain about that shit, man, it's like playing video games with your cousin or some shit, and he seen you running up the score, he start crying and shit, and start beating up the controller. That's how these dudes acting, bro. Like, it ain't no way, man. Like I said,
Player 2 has left the game.
Yeah, bro. If this shit was flip-sided, man, and the Bengals end up losing this game, we wouldn't have heard the end of all the criticism of this game. Zach Taylor been one of them. Depending on how the performance was on the offense, would have heard a lot about that. And then, yeah, that'd have been what it was. But I'm glad you brought that up, because I did see a lot of that after the game, like from a lot of the Ravens, just a lot of the Ravens fans, like on social media, on Twitter. It's like, oh, y'all, you guys are happy because you beat us, finally getting the AFC North after whatever, how many years we don't got this person and that person. Like, bro, I said, go cry to Roger Goodell, go write a big ass letter, go cry to their Harbaugh. Like I said, he's in charge to hit that team. Don't cry to us. We came up to do what we're supposed to do. Win the game, That's all we know. That's all we know as of now. But I'm glad you brought that up, man. But where were we at? The defense. Oh yeah. You say your defense is great yet?
No.
I'm tripping. Go ahead, bro.
No.
We went on a rant on that shit.
Kind of, yeah.
I just can't stand when fans do that shit, bro. Trying to play victim and shit.
The defense, they played really well. I'll give them a B+. Gave that, you're against, I guess you could say, the third string quarterback, whatever the case may be, someone who hasn't been with the team very long. You were letting them get third long conversions, when it should have ended. You did enough that was needed where it was. You did do, a good run stop, on third and short or fourth and short, whatever. Yeah. But again, you're making there were a lot of plays. You made a quarterback who hasn't played in a while, first start in 2 or 3 years. Kind of like, first possession, was able to march right down the field on you and score, and then also convert the big third down, third and long. So I'll go with that.
Okay.
But good job on Hendrickson extending his sack streak, and Von Bell getting his first interception.
Can't be mad about that, man.
I'm not mad at all with the performance of the defense. It's just, to me, that's where I got to just grade it at. I feel like they could have dominated that game more than what they did. They
could have, man. I guess
which is a great thing to say.
It is. As of right now, though, I guess it's safe to say that, depending on how this season ends, you think we're going to see this extension with Jesse Bates, depending on how these games go? Because I feel like them talks just went downward by these couple week performances.
Worst case scenario, he's going to get franchise tag. He ain't going nowhere. Man. And the franchise tag is just a formality to allow more time to get the exact numbers figured out for this contract. In the end, he's going to come out on top.
That shit's hostage, man. We'll see how that shit
Yesterday's
comes
price
out.
is not the same as today's, like you said. But
It
the
isn't.
Bengals, either way, it's going to be a win-win. The
Mhm.
Bengals are going to win because they're going to still have Jesse Bates. Jesse Bates is going to win because he's going to have more money.
Yeah.
The only issue is going to be down the road where we're not going to be able to afford to keep everybody.
That's the scary part, but we'll talk about that down the road. That's the scary part because what you just took that quote you just mentioned, yeah, that price is going up on a lot of these players we got on this roster, man. It's gonna be tough to keep everybody together. But again, into my defensive performance grade, defense did. They did well. They did well. Like I told y'all, man, Von Bell got that interception at the end in the fourth quarter. I just think, I think the only thing that bothered me was just I kept telling y'all, man, on last week, it's like they were looking for Mark, and that's all they're looking for, and they found him. Like I think he might have got like 2 touchdowns or some shit, bro. Let me look at this again. That's all they're looking for is Mark Andrews. He had 1 TD. He had 8 receptions, 125 yards, and 1 TD. Like, come on. Come on, yo.
He is Baltimore's offense.
Oh my God. I'm giving the B-, but it's just like, come on, bro. Like I told y'all, like that's all I was saying. I didn't want them to let the foot off the pedal yet because the game was just still close. Yeah, it was 31, it was 24-14 in the second quarter. Then, the T. Higgins touchdown. So 31-14. Then going into the third quarter is 34-14. Then they scored, with Mark Andrews was 21-34. So they're kind of getting back into the realm. The momentum was kind of gaining back in the beginning of the fourth quarter. That's why I was like, I don't know if I wanted to take Burrow out yet because the game is still tight. But the defense got to do better, bro. They got to do better coming in these next week because you'll be facing Kelsey and Tyreek Hill. We're getting to later, like 2 major offensive weapons on the Chiefs.
Kelsey's my biggest concern, dude.
Oh, big facts. He's similar to Mark Andrews, the playing style.
Our defense against tight ends, I'll just be honest with it, is shitty.
Yeah, because we're running real thin on that linebacker room, But Pratt and what was his name? Bailey back there. They did okay, but it would have been. I just want to see. I just hope we get Logan back, man. I just hope we get Logan back. But I'm just giving the defense a B-. But I agree with you, man. Us against tight ends, it's bad. Tight ends. What was the other one that you said? Like second-year quarterbacks or first-year quarterbacks?
Unknown quarterbacks that you don't have much film on, and everything else is what hurts the defense.
Yeah,
with
man.
us. Why that is with us, I don't know.
Yeah, well,
to me, your game plan shouldn't change really at all.
Thank you. It shouldn't.
And yet somehow it does.
Yeah, you should play like the star players out there, make the adjustments at halftime or make them during the game. But yeah, man. What about the special teams? What you got, bro? Performance and grade.
Well, there really wasn't too many special teams. I said Huber didn't put it all, so I guess Huber gets an A+ on his own, not having to do a damn thing. Kickoff returns, punt returns, there really wasn't much of anything with that.
Yeah.
McPherson, unfortunately, he had that one miss, but in his defense, 50-yarder, it's still, I'll just say because of the miss, I'll just put it at a B+. Just there's nothing else that they could have done. Special team wise, the only thing was just that miss, so you can't really penalize them too much because it really didn't affect anything with the game.
Yeah, not really. It didn't really affect much of missing that. But with other teams, I don't know if that would have made an impact. But you kind of felt like the crowd kind of went down, like the volume went down slightly.
Yeah, but
after he missed it, but then it went back up.
He's made so many clutch kicks so far as a rookie already. It's like at that point, the points really didn't matter because we already had them, and you missed.
Hey, hell no, Maverick. Every point matters. Bro.
I know. Every point matters. Okay, but I'm just saying,
football right now.
I can't penalize him too much for.
Okay.
That's my whole point.
Okay, you good, bro. You good, bro. Like I said, I ain't gonna knock you on you having a point. But I'm just saying.
I'll miss a field goal if that means my punter hasn't had to punt the ball not one single time the entire game.
Yeah, man.
I'm not worried about it then. Okay, how about that?
I hear you, broski.
Every point does matter.
Yeah, it matters, bro.
Okay, I'll take
that's
that.
That's what I was saying. I was like, bro, we're in the most important part of the season. we weren't even picked to even make it this far. Because that was going to be on my rant. I was like, we ain't supposed to make it this far. I was seeing 2-11, not 2-11. I was seeing like 2-17. I was seeing people only having this woman in like 4 games, 5 games. And then look where we at. We sitting almost in the driver's
So I think in
seat.
our preseason expectations, I think I put them in a 7 to 9 win range.
Yeah, you gave me 2 different ones.
So I think I went somewhere between 7 and 9, 7, 8, and 9 wins.
Yeah, you gave me that one, and you gave me another one. It was like 10 or 11 and something, wherever the final one was. You might be right. I think you might be right on that second. The second one that you gave probably be the most likely to be right, the way it's playing out. But yeah, for me, bro, special teams, I'm just giving just a solid B. Just a solid B, and that's due to, I'm going off what you're saying as well, that miss, because like I said, who knows what other teams, what that would have impacted with him missing that field goal, man. But what else we got? That shit's funny though. He was like, I don't really care. It don't even matter then.
I mean, like I said, I'll trade him this field goal for my punter not even have to kick the ball.
What's your game-changing play of this game? There was a couple in this.
There was quite a few, but I mean, I won't say game-changing play. I'll say game-changing performance.
Okay.
If T. Higgins wasn't tearing it up the way he was, I could see this game being a lot different.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
But it's really hard to pinpoint a play, considering once the Bengals got it started, there was no looking back.
Yeah.
So it's really hard. But
because
if I had to put a specific play,
mm-hmm.
I'll say the T. Higgins catch towards the end of the first half where he was double coverage.
That's what I had written down
too. Yeah, just out jump the 2 defenders. If I had to put a specific play, to me, it'd be that one.
That was major. That was a major play. Major play. Because they just got done scoring. It put up the 14-24, and then we scored. It was 21 seconds remaining and boosted up to 31. Yeah. Then we took over the whole third quarter, and the only score in the third quarter was McPherson with 40 seconds left with the field goal. So that was that's what I had written down too. If I had to go on the flip side, I probably would have said the ceiling interception by Von Bell for the defense. Yeah, that'd probably be my other one. Another one I would have said, would have been Tyler Boyd's touchdown. That was huge. Like I told you, I'm telling you, man, each time this brother catches the ball and he just flies, like you don't know what's in front of him. You just see him just coasting. It looked like he had nothing in front of him, bro. Just like he's just gone. But after you feel him like get the ball, score the touchdown, the whole momentum just changed. The crowd was electric. Paul Brown Stadium was lit. I said, after that, like I said, the offense didn't look back. Because after that, Mixon got a touchdown, boost up to 24. Then it ended with the play we're just talking about. Devontae Freeman with the Ravens, then T. Higgins, and so forth. But yeah, if I had another one, matter of fact, that's the only 3 I had written down. Yeah, it was the Tyler Boyd, the Higgins, and then the Von Bell. Those are major. Or you can even add the 4th down stop they did. Because that was still lightly early. That was like in the third quarter. Because they went forward on 4th down in the third quarter. But yeah, they played well though, man. Not knocking. Great performance, man, all across the board. What else we got left on here? And you already said your MVP of this game?
Yeah.
Who was it again, my bad?
Well, I jokingly made MVP.
Yeah, you said Kevin.
I said Kevin Huber for not having to kick anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's real easy to say Burrow because of throwing for how many yards he did, but
yeah.
Actually, I think I did say it earlier in the thing. I was being serious when I said that. To me, the MVP was going to be the offensive line and the blocking.
I must say, I like that choice. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did like that.
Because the way that, like I said, they were picking up the blitzers. Joe Burrow, he had all day to throw, and that's what made the offense capable of doing what it was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to me, it's the offensive line blocking in general because Mixon had some great blocks.
Hell yeah.
And also on receiving blocks as well. Chase, I think it was Chase that caught it.
You're right. No,
it
wasn't Chase.
It was Boyd. It was
Yeah,
Boyd.
it
It
was
was
Boyd.
the big play with Boyd. Mixon,
Mhm.
was blocking downfield and
On the
things
right
like
side.
that. So to me, blocking in general was the MVP, offensive
Yeah.
line and blocking.
I'm with you. Hell yeah. I guess I love that choice. Like I said, I like that answer. This will offer yours. I'll just go with T. Higgins as an MVP. Like this was the breakout game that you're talking about this whole season. Like we're waiting on to see T. Higgins breakout. We're still waiting because he's quiet. There was a time before he went to that 3-game straight stretch where he had like over like 100 yards. But before that, him and Chase was slightly quiet. But this was his huge breakout game, and we needed
Higgins is emerging.
He is, bro.
Yeah.
He took off yesterday, y'all. Like literally, yeah, like he just left the building. Literally, man. He left the building. 12 receptions, 194 yards, 2 TDs. The crazy thing is Tyler Boyd could have had 2 touchdowns, but he dropped that one in the end zone. And he looked at the referee. I was confused. I was like, bro, why you look like you scared to like celebrate? What's going on? And they look at the replay. Wow, with the camera footage, like you saw the ball come out the end between his legs. I was like, but how did the ball get back up to his chest?
You're right.
His legs is way down here. I was so confused. I was like, what is going on, bro? But yeah, man. But yeah, I'm definitely getting T. Higgins, man, and I definitely love your answer. I like that. I like that answer being the number one, the line, because they did a hell of a job. Up next, man, we got the Kansas City Chiefs. Feeling like a little throwback of 2003. I don't know if you ask me. It's feeling like 2003 all over again, bro.
Way different circumstances.
And the wildest part.
Different.
But the wildest part about me saying that, who was what do you want to call it, man? The dudes that's just be talking over the broadcasters over the game. Sometimes it'd be Troy Aikman and somebody else. Like, where you want to call the dudes, like their position. But Trent Green was doing the fucking announcing of the game yesterday, bro. And I was just talking about him. So, like I said, it felt like a lot of 0-3 action. Yeah, man. Kansas City's
the only similar thing is we have a number 9 at quarterback, number 28, or no, we have we obviously 85 at receiving.
Yeah.
That's the only similarity.
I'm gonna say we had less weapons that year. Because that's when Peter Work exploded. If you remember that pass he caught, like running backwards and for the touchdown. But yeah, y'all, man, it's a fast forward, man. Chiefs coming into town 11-4. This is a playoff like game. 1 p.m. kickoff as of now, unless something changes. Because I don't think they're gonna
this is the playoff game.
This is it.
This game itself will determine the division, and you're in the playoffs when you're in, and when you won the division. For one, for two, if you have any chance of the in the playoffs, you're gonna be facing the Chiefs again.
Oh yeah, facts.
At some point, if you plan on being able to make it to the playoffs and win in the playoffs, expect to play them again.
Yep, this is the test. I'll call this a tester, bro.
And and if it can get to that point, knock on wood.
Go ahead, bro.
You're going to play them here in Cincinnati. When you play them again, it's going to be in Kansas City.
I hate to play them there.
And Arrowhead is one of the toughest places to play.
You can't hear shit.
So
no joke.
If you're going to do something, now's the time to do it, just so you can see for yourselves how well you can compete and have that confidence. If you get to that point again,
facts.
Hey, we were able to do this. We can do this now.
Yeah, they have to, bro. The offense has to come out blazing. No flags. Everybody got to be full discipline. No stupid shit. Defense got to do.
Which the Bengals have been great on all season. I was actually glad they were talking about that in the game yesterday. The least penalized team in the league. And that also goes back to the coaching as well. Props to Zach Taylor with the discipline and all that stuff. You
got to give it up to him,
but you got to play 100% mistake-free football.
Have to. This on how they're gonna. That's on how you're gonna win.
10-minute drives going.
Thank you, bro.
Keep Mahomes off the field. That's the easiest way to do it.
That was basically my analysis. Keep Mahomes off the damn field at all times.
Keep Huber off the field too.
That too. Yeah. Keep they asses off the field, man. The more time you take off, and definitely on the coin toss, please defer first. Please.
Oh, they always do.
They always want the ball back. I want them to get the ball back the second half, yo. Please defer because they didn't get a chance to do it this game. The Ravens end up getting the ball.
They always defer.
But yo, they win the toss. Please defer, please, man, because that's going to come in handy going into the second half. Because that's all I really have on the notes is keep their asses off the field. That 10-minute drive we saw, like when Maverick just brought y'all up to, what I told y'all about, bro. That's the drive I'm looking for. I don't care how boring it is. I don't care if the game ended 9-7. I don't even care.
Right. You cannot go out there, out in the field and do 3 and outs. If you let that defense stay on the field and get tired, Mahomes will destroy them in the end of the game.
Will, bro.
The offense has got to do just as well as the defense as far as keep your defense off the field as long as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the drives going. Try to get it 3rd and short. No 3rd and longs. Don't do no bullshit, pointing at people to get it, and like Chase.
They didn't do that yesterday.
Like Chase did on the sideline, spinning the football on the first down, right at the sideline. Don't do that. Do not hurt yourselves that way. You cannot afford it in this game.
I really hope they get rid of that shit the next year, bro. That's
I understood the one though against Chase with that one. You're on the visitor's sideline. You just got a first down. There's an official right there.
Yeah.
And it's not an end zone celebration. You just got a first down and right in front of the official instead of giving him the ball. That's also technically a delay of game sitting there spinning the ball.
Yeah.
So I can understand that one.
Yes.
But an A+ on the ball spin. That was a great ball.
Yeah, man. I'm just over these. Like, it's taking the fun out of the game, bro. You might as well not let them do little special celebrations in the end zone, to be honest with you. How you gonna let them taunt and you let them do the little goofy shit in the end zone? But I mean, it is what it is, bro. People pick and choose what they want to see. What's your score prediction of this shit?
This one, it's either going to go one of 2 ways, and I really hate to say this, but I'm just going to be honest with it. It's either going to be extremely close.
You got 2 different scores.
It can end up being a blowout from Kansas City.
Okay.
No, I'm going to say I'm only going to give one score. I think it's going to be close. I want to say the Bengals will win it, and I really don't want to say this like the exact score as last week, but again, I want to say 31-28, but at the same time, I see these defenses. I'm going to say 24-21.
24-21. Okay. Whew. I mean, I can see that.
20. That's it. I kind of want to say 27-24.
24-21. That's a good score.
It's just my concern is with Kelsey. Yeah, I can see us shutting the run game down.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I see Kelsey having a huge, huge day. It got us against the Chargers. I just the tight end. We suck at guarding tight ends. I know. Man.
That's where where our weakest point is across the middle, and that's where like a lot of the tight ends and the slants come from for big yardage, yo. That's a nice score. I had 34-31. And
that's kind of what I wanted to say, but I don't think it's going to go that high.
You never know. We didn't even know this was going to be like this.
Right.
Anything can happen, yeah. But I just know it's going to be close. That's all I know. It's going to be like in that 3-point range. Like McPherson's might have to come out and shine on this. But they got to come out blazing, bro. If I had another score, if it was like a tight score, it might be that shit I said earlier, man. I could smooth see a 9-7.
I'll be honest, I did not see in any way, shape, or form a score being that low with the Chiefs and the Bengals. Not happening.
Hey, if it's
no way,
we gotta see what the forecast is, bro. If it's raining in the Queen City, bro, if it's raining or snowing, I expect we won't see 9-7. It might be a boring game, but we might see that 9-7, bro.
Maybe if they're playing in blizzard conditions, but there's no 9-7 with Mahomes.
Never know, man. Never know, man. We've seen a lot of shit that we didn't see this year, man. Like we didn't know Brady was gonna get shut out 9-0. That was alarming. Well, not even alarming to me. It was just alarming for the NFL world. But anything can happen in this game, bro. Anything can happen. Anything else you want to add before we get to these around the league results?
Nope.
All right, let's get to these around the league results, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, tonight we got the Monday night game. The Dolphins against the Saints, 7-7 matchup. This past Thursday before Christmas Eve, 49ers played the Titans. Titans win 20-17. Packers beat the Browns on Saturday, 24-22. That was a good game. I ain't gonna lie, that was a good game. Colts beat the Cardinals 22-16. That was a great game, man. Colts playing great football over there next door. We beat the dog shit out of the Ravens 41-21, what we just told y'all. Falcons beat the Falcons. Falcons beat the Lions 20-16. Rams beat the Vikings 30-23. Bills beat the Patriots 33-21. Jaguars lose to the Jets 26-21. Eagles beat the Giants 34-10. Buccaneers beat the Panthers 32-6. Texans, what a surprise. I think that was probably the surpriser of this week was the Texans beating the Chargers 41-29. That's what boosted us up from the fourth spot in the AFC playoff to number 3 due to that loss. That was huge. Yeah, that helped the Bengals out a lot. No joke. If anything that helped the Bengals along with that win yesterday was that loss the Chargers took yesterday. That was huge. Ongoing, Bears win 25-24, close near biter against the Seattle Seahawks. Bro, Chiefs beat the Steelers 36-10. Like you told me earlier, they ended up turning the game off and showing the Las Vegas Raiders kneeling just to seal the game because like it was nothing going on. That game was trash, yo. Steelers were trash.
Don't get me wrong, I love seeing it, but I don't think I could ever get used to seeing it.
Yeah, won't be long. Also, Raiders beat the Broncos 17-13, what we're just telling y'all about. Also, the Washington football team gets demolished by the Cowboys 56-14. Sheesh. Man. And yeah, we're talking about that off air, man. Yeah, Dak had 300-something yards at halftime. Yo, I ain't no lie. I thought he was going to break for 600. I was like, he could
Washington, they couldn't do anything right. And even their own player couldn't even land a punch. He missed.
Bro, that shit was disturbing. I don't know if anybody saw what Maverick's talking about, man. Yesterday's game during the Dallas and Washington football team, there was a skirmish on the sideline on the Washington football team. One of the defensive players, just one of the players in the Washington football team came up to one of the players on the bench on the Washington football team. He says something to him, but he muffed him with his finger, like as he said it on some basketball wives shit. There's no drinks being tossed up. Like all thing I was waiting on was just a drink or the Gatorade table flip up or some goofy shit, bro. But I was like, bro, but yeah, dude clean missed the punch. He probably like skid his ear, but man, that's not what you want to see on your sideline on the team, bro.
No.
I'd be mad if I saw that on our team. I'd be mad as fuck.
The way this team is, that won't happen with us.
Bro, I'd have told Zach, I was like, yo, find that dude's mom in the stands and tell him to get his ass out of here. Carry his ass out by his ear, yo. Call his mom. That shit crazy as fuck. But yeah, man, he straight muffed him with his finger, bro. Like, that shit was hella disrespectful, man. The reaction, I'm not surprised by. Like, you can't touch no man like that, bro. Like, can't touch nobody like that. I don't care what you're talking about. But yeah, that's that, y'all, man. Big weekend this weekend. The college playoffs is starting. And this is like we told y'all last week. Keep your eyes open for what we were telling y'all about last week, bro. Just keep your eyes open. But here we go, man. This Friday at 3:30, the Bearcats going against the Roll Tide. You got a score prediction on this one, bro? Let's hear it,
I really don't.
We're gonna do score predictions on both of these, man.
You want me to be honest how I feel?
Just give me 2 scores. Give me if they win. Matter of fact, just tell me your shit. Just because I was like, give me 3, but I was like, nah, that's doing too much. I was like, give me a score what you honestly think, then give me a score if they win, and give me a score if they lose. But just give me your honest opinion. Go ahead, bro.
Honestly, I feel like the Bearcats are gonna lose because they have not played a team like Alabama ever. As well as they played against Notre Dame. Again, Notre Dame is no Alabama. They're not used to that, that type of play and everything else.
Facts.
And that's no fault to UC. We're still trying to build up and everything. As much as I hate to say this, I see them getting just embarrassed on TV. I really hope, obviously, I hope they don't. I would love some way for them to win. It's a true David and Goliath matchup.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I had to give a score,
bro, you laughing? I can't wait to hear this. I can see your face.
Just think, that's kind of funny now. I think of it. It's literally the Dallas-Washington game score. I was gonna say 56-14.
Okay. That's the honest score.
That's my honest score prediction. I hate to say that, but that's just how I feel with it.
Hoping we'll see
the
no
only
punches.
way that UC truly stands a real chance is that Alabama goes into that game with the big fat head and have very low expectations of UC, and UC is able to just put it on them surprisingly enough to where they just got to slow them down offensively.
Facts.
At that point, and let the defense win the game, because that's UC's greatest strength. Is that defense? I'm sorry, Ritter.
It is. You ain't wrong.
Ritter sucks. And I'm just being honest with that. That's just how I feel. Ritter sucks. He's not all that great as a lot of people want to make it to be. I'm sorry. The defense is the strength of that team. That's the only way I could see UC having a chance.
I'm with you. I was about to say the same thing. I feel like if they do win this game, it'd be because of the defense. It'd be like a game-sealing interception, something along those lines. Give y'all 2 scores. I'm gonna give y'all a winning score by UC, but a losing score by if they lost. If they did win this game, and if they did everything right on what we're talking about, defense, did they thing, offense, did enough to get some type of points on the board, keeping the Alabama's offense off the field, kind of what we're talking about with the Bengals versus the Chiefs. It's like you're literally gonna have to keep them off the field, the offense off the field to win this game. So only score I see them winning, it won't even be high. It'll be very low. I could see a smooth 17-14 if it was low. If they won. But if they lost, I could see if they let this shit get out of control, bro, I could see a smooth 49-6. No joke. If they let this shit get out of control, I could see 49-6, man. And that's what they can't happen. But yeah, that's my 2 scores on that. What's your Georgia Michigan, man?
To me, the way Georgia played against Alabama in their game and the way Michigan finished out the season, as much as I'm an Ohio State fan, I give Michigan their props because they've earned it. I see Michigan winning that game, making the national championship. Score-wise, I mean, if Michigan plays the way they did against Ohio State and Georgia's defense plays the way they did against Alabama's offense, I see Georgia winning by 17.
That's crazy.
Score-wise, I can't really give a score. With that, because I don't really know what to expect with Georgia. But that's gonna be my prediction, Michigan by 17.
Okay. I can see it. I mean, I can see that.
If they play like they did against Ohio State.
True.
And also against Iowa. They really put it on Iowa too.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, Michigan's rolling where Georgia kind of just got their ass handed to them.
Yeah, I had 28-14 Michigan. Because Georgia, bro, they lost my fave years ago. Like each time they get in the big games, just something bad. It's like worse than the what we see from the Bengals. Like way worse. Like their meltdown is a meltdown. Like no joke. That's what I had on that. But even with this game, man, I've been seeing reports with these COVID reports on both teams, but mainly on Georgia. I'm telling y'all, bro, keep your eyes open on this matchup. This is gonna be interesting. And we already gave y'all the whole new COVID protocol rules with the college football and NFL. So it's going to be interesting how this shit plays out. Definitely interesting how it plays out. But, and your boys, Ohio State, they play Utah. That should be a good one, bro. That should be a good one against Utah. Okay. You want to give a score for that one? Or are you cool?
I'm cool.
All right, I'm about to say. They're going against Utah. But yeah, y'all stay tuned. Game this Friday, Alabama versus Cincinnati at 3:30 on Friday on ESPN. And your Michigan matchup is that 7:30 on ESPN. So yeah, man. Stay tuned, everybody, man. That's all we got for y'all today, man. Don't forget, man, this Sunday we'll be live streaming the game against the Chiefs at 10:30 a.m. starting. And the Power Hour starts at noon. Please don't forget. Don't be late. Please tell a friend and tell a friend. Anything you want to add, Maverick, before we get out of here, bro?
No, just get out there, enjoy those freeways.
Yeah, man. Yeah, enjoy the free 3-ways. Remember, got to say that win Cincinnati. Everybody enjoy the who they ways. Enjoy the nice weather, man. Nice weather today, 60 degrees. Please like and also subscribe if you haven't, man. I'm gonna give y'all who day.
Who do?
Hell yeah, man. We'll catch y'all the next time, bro. We love y'all. We out, baby. Salute.
Who